Hi class, I'm recording in this lesson the very first exercise that we did, opening the structural model for 150 Andover Street and importing links to the AutoCAD underlays. After we do that, we are going to measure the thickness of the exterior wall, and we're going to design a wall type by replicating an existing wall, renaming it, and changing its properties so that it will function for us as an exterior wall. I may break this up into parts, but this way you have available to you the lesson so you can do it at your own time. So I'm on level 1 of the 3D model. Let's quickly look at a 3D view of that model. And we'll see that this is the structural central model for 150 Andover Street. So it's composed of nothing but the ground floor slab, the second floor slab, the roof slab element, and the structural steel beams and columns and lightweight steel joists that make up the model. I'm going to switch to wireframe mode so you can see those members, and you can see there's an organized grid-based array of the structural members. Let's switch back to hidden line mode, go to level 1. I'm now going to, from the insert menu, place a link to the CAD file underlay. I'm going to locate it, it's actually on my on an attached drive here. This will normally be located in your handouts folder. So there is the first floor drawing. I'm going to accept all the default values here, click open, and you'll notice it takes a second to import that link. And if we zoom out, we'll see that it placed it somewhere slightly north of the model itself. By default, Revit Architecture pins an imported object. We can select to unpin it. We'll need to do that in order to move it. I can do that from the menu above here. Now we can select this object. You see it moves freely. In order to place it accurately, I'm going to use the Align tool. Now I don't want to place it, your first inclination is to sort of locate it graphically almost exactly. Preferably, this is what you do. You stagger it right and down, or whatever distance from the original you want, so that you can see the destination grid lines to which you want to align clearly from the ones that need to be aligned. So the Align tool is invoked by clicking Align from the Modify menu. I'm going to select this vertical grid line as a destination, then select the object that's going to move, which is the CAD file, and then so we see that it moved horizontally the entire underlay. Now I'm going to select the horizontal grid line, destination, and then the CAD, and we'll see that now the CAD file is perfectly aligned. You want to double check, go around the object and make sure that's the case. Right? Once you know that that's in place, it's probably a good idea to select the CAD file and pin it so that it doesn't inadvertently move. Let's do the same with the second floor. Alright. You can see the outline of the floor below is ghosted in. By default, the view will show the layer below as an underlay. We can turn that off in the properties palette for the view port. Click none, apply. Now we have the second floor in view. We're going to architecture, insert, link, CAD file. Now we want the second floor. I'm going to do this more quickly because you've already watched how to do this. Of course, you could slow this down and do it at your leisure. I'm going to unpin the file here. We can also do it from the viewport itself. This pin icon allows you to unpin it. Let's move this roughly near the object to which we want to align. Modify, invoke the align tool. Select the, I'm going to proceed in the same way. Select the vertical grid line, the object that wants to align to it, and the horizontal grid line, in this case the grid line number 6, and the 6 in the CAD file. So now we have both first and second floor underlays aligned correctly. If we go to the 3D view, this is the default 3D view right here, you can see, because they're vector-based graphics, they actually exist in the 3D space. They become part of the model. So we now have a model that's populated on level 1 and level 2 with a AutoCAD underlay that we can trace to continue to model the existing space. In the next lesson, we will start with the exterior walls.